Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the terrace. We're going to continue with the subject that we talked about that came through the Revelation study on chapter 21 about new and renewed. And this is a conspiracy that's been brought about where scripture translators, the Hebrew roots, the Messianic, the Nazarene, have changed the word new to renewed. Now you might think, oh, that's just a word, it doesn't mean too much, but the implication of what it actually does and how it changes the whole meaning of our belief of the covenant, of the new creation, the creation that's to come, and also our belief and our change inside ourselves. So we'll look into a little bit further more about the word new. So the meaning of the word new, it's telling us something that did not exist before or is being used, seen for the very first time. For example, a new phone, one that has just been made or bought, not used before. A new idea, one that has not existed before. Something new is original. First time, brand new, fresh. When I think of that, I look at Yahusha. He took on flesh and became a new creation, a brand new being. This is something that we believe that he became a brand new creation because he took on flesh. Never before had Alahim come in the flesh and become part of humanity. So we'll go on and look at the word renew, and the meaning of renew is to make something new again or restore it after its use, its damage or expiration. So it's something that's to renew, a passport, to extend its validity. It's not valid unless you extend it and make it new again, renew. To renew energy is to regain strength, to renew a friendship, restore a friendship after it's faded. The relationship has broken and needs restoring. Renew again, it's refreshing, restoring, extending. Well, let's go into the scriptures. It frequently uses the word new to denote the transformative change, a change to make new, both in a spiritual and a literal sense. The key examples include the new covenant, we'll look into that, the new creation, and the new heaven and earth, and also the idea of becoming a new self through belief. So as we look through this, where the word new is in scripture, these new translators, these old men that have come in and grabbed this conspiracy, this agenda, this insidious type of understanding, where they've gone and changed the word new to renewed, which is a whole different concept because it makes everything in the scripture very different. It makes Yahusha's work like going back and not a new thing. It makes his work like it wasn't important. It makes Yahusha not important, and they don't make his work, his name, his deliverance important at all, because when you look through all these scriptures, they're taking you back to follow the feasts, to follow all those 10 commandments, to follow the wrong doctrines, to put a veil over and close the understanding where people can see and become spiritually minded and see through the veil that we have direct access in. And even Lot was told not to turn back when he left Sodom and Gomorrah. Don't turn back. Don't turn back. You'll turn into a pillar of salt. Well, these old cronies that have written these scriptures are like old pillars of salt, hard and harsh. Their doctrines are hard and stiff and rigid and making you go into all these traditions of old, where Yahusha wants us to come out of the traditions and come into a new and living way. So let's just delve into the scriptures. The Bible frequently talks about this. There's a breakdown of where the concept of new appears in Scripture. In the New Covenant, it tells us this refers to a new agreement between Alahim and humanity, replacing the Old Covenant. It's often associated with Yahusha's sacrifice and the establishment of a relationship with him through belief in him. So it's all about your relationship with Yahusha. And it says, when I shall make a new, not renewed, covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not like the covenant I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, my covenant which they broke, though I was a husband to them, declares Yahuah. So if a covenant's broken, it's cancelled. You can't restore something that's been broken. You can glue it together, but it's not true. It's a fake. So they broke that covenant, and Yahusha's bringing a new covenant. And this is prophecy. This was foretold. For this is the covenant I shall make with the house of Israel after those days, declares Yahuah. I shall put my Torah in their inward parts and write it on their hearts. I shall be their Alahim, and they shall be my people. And no longer shall they teach each one his neighbour and each one his brother, saying, Know Yahusha, for they shall all know me. That relationship, you will know him, you know his hand, you feel him, you hear him. For the least of them to the greatest of them, declares Yahuah. For I shall forgive their crookedness and remember their sin no more. This is the prophecy of the new covenant coming. And the old translators, these translators, wicked translators, call this renewed covenant. This cup is the new, not renewed, covenant in my blood which I shed for you, Yahusha's saying. He's saying this to his disciples. For this is my blood, that of the new covenant, not renewed, which is shed for many for the forgiveness of sins. This is his blood that he foretold before he went and died on the stake. He is doing this, that of the new covenant, and they insist on making this a renewed because they want to keep people going back to the old. This agenda, this force, this push is such a deceit and such a lie and such a mindset that's drawing so many young people that are coming in to find his name, they find the true name of the Creator, and they want to know more and more, and they get these old people telling them and translating these scriptures, putting the slant on to take them back. So I don't know why they don't want them to be delivered and set free. It's obviously they don't have a relationship with Yahusha. Otherwise, they would know his love and his kindness and his forgiveness and his wonderful faithfulness. There's not one thing you can do good, but by him. He is our deliverer. He is everything. So wonderful and so loving and so true. Truth comes through hearing, and hearing by his word. We know his word is true, and they are slanting these scriptures to take away the truth that people can receive. They're standing in the doorway, stopping people. The Pharisees of today. How very sad. And we want to reveal this to the body, because this is stopping you from receiving the fullness and receiving the truth of where we are and what we are looking forward to, a new heaven and new earth, not renewed. Anyway, I'll go on. See, the days are coming, says Alahim, when I shall conclude with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah a new, not renewed, covenant, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the days when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they did not continue in my covenant and I disregarded them, says Yahuah. Because this is the covenant that I shall make with the house of Israel after those days, says Yahuah, giving my laws in their mind, and I shall write them on their hearts, and I shall be their Alahim, and they shall be my people. And they shall by no means teach each one his neighbour and each one his brother, saying, Know Yahusha, because they all shall know me, from the least of them to the greatest of them, because I shall forgive their rebellion and their sins and their lawlessness I shall no longer remember. What a wonderful promise was given. And this was given because they didn't continue in his covenant. They disregarded him. And because this is the covenant that he wants to make with us, by saying new, not renewed, he has made the first old. So the old covenant, the old scriptures that he gave to Moses, the old has passed away. He has made the first old. Now what becomes old and growing aged is near disappearing, passed away, which means abolished. They can't get this through their heads. They won't accept the Hebrew roots, the Messianic, the Nazarene, all these people trying to take this big push back to the old covenant to get all the Christian churches and all the new people coming in to follow the feasts. You must take off these days, these sacred days through the year. You've got to follow the feasts. They've been done away with. They're old. They do you no good. They won't help you. They will stop you from receiving your deliverance. This concept describes the transformative, the new creation we're talking about. This concept describes the transformative effect of belief in Yahusha, where believers become a new person. That's different. Leaving behind their old ways. That never happened in the old covenant. In 2 Corinthians is a key verse on this theme. If anyone is in Messiah, he is a new, not renewed creature. The old things have passed away. See, all things have become new, not renewed by the blood of Yahusha Messiah. And yet they put their word renewed in their translations. This is a deceit. And this is what in the last days it warns us that many will fall away, many will be swept away by deceiving lies, the lies that come. It's not the truth of the true word. Have discernment, brothers and sisters, and see what's happening, see what's been fed to us, that we can put right. Because the scriptures tell us plainly in Ephesians 2, for he himself is our peace, who has made the two groups one, and has destroyed the barrier, the dividing wall of hostility, by setting aside in his flesh the law with its commands and regulations, the old Torah laws and rituals. They've been set aside. In Yahusha's flesh, he took all the old and fulfilled everything in him. His purpose was to create in himself one new, not renewed, humanity out of the two, thus making peace, and in one body to reconcile both of them to Yahusha through the stake, by which he put to death their hostility. And yet there's still hostility, and there's still no peace amongst believers today. They can't see Yahusha creating this peace for us. The Messianic scriptures say in verse 15, having abolished in his flesh the opposition, having set aside in his flesh the law with its commands. And it says the law prescribed in procedures. They're calling the commands and regulations, the old Torah laws and rituals, the procedures. It's a bit confusing. They like to cover things up. They like to change things. You're not allowed to change things in the scriptures. You're not allowed. It says you won't enter into eternity. That's not the truth. It's a lie. It's a deceit. And there are many deceiving spirits in the last days trying to take people away from their deliverance. A new command I give to you, not renewed. It's a brand new command, that you love one another as I have loved you, that you also love one another. By this all know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another. Where's the love? Where's the love amongst these brothers and sisters? Where's the love to share? If you don't agree and believe what they do, they cut you off. They don't want to know you. They abuse you, accuse you. All false names and wickedness come, persecution and aggression comes to you. And yet Yahusha gave a new command to love. His love. Obviously they haven't received his love and given themselves, haven't got a relationship with him. When you do know Yahushua Alahim, you change. You want to change your life. You don't want to be who you used to be. It's so different. And we come also, it says, related to the new creation, this refers to the new identity and character that believers acquire through Yahusha. We become new people. We change. We're not how we used to be. I'm living with my husband. He's not who he used to be. He's this different person. His personality is so different. People wouldn't recognize you when you change, because you're not how you used to be. You're not nasty. You don't want to have opinions and attitudes and the reputation and be someone. You don't want all that. You haven't got those desires, the rudeness and the arrogance. All that goes. You're different. You let people have it. You don't take things personal. It's amazing. the difference, your character changes through Yahusha. That's a newness in you. It can't be renewed. It has to be a whole new person by his Spirit. Can't do one thing good but by him, so we need him inside us. Then we come to the new heaven and the new earth. This refers to Alahim's ultimate plan for a new creation where sin and suffering are eradicated, gotten rid of. Revelation 21 describes this new reality. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the old heaven and the old earth had passed away by intense heat, had passed away. And yet these translators call it renewed, a renewed heaven and a renewed earth. That wickedness, that insidious deceit, trying to worm their way in to get people to follow their direction because their agenda is to be powerful and mighty in amongst the groups and believers to become worldwide renowned teachers. In 2 Peter 13 it says, "But according to his promise we wait for a new," not renewed, "heaven and a new," not renewed, "earth in which uprightness dwells." So this is the new heaven and the new earth, and yet they're wanting us to believe Scripture's saying that he's going to just refresh this earth and keep this earth and make it renewed. The Kookaburras don't even agree. They're laughing at that. They want to make it renewed. That's not what Scripture says, though. The Scripture says, "I make all things new." In the New Jerusalem, Revelation 3, my Alahim, and the name of the city of my Alahim, the New Jerusalem, which comes down out of the heaven from my Alahim, and I will write upon him my new name. Not renewed, as they've put renewed there, but it's new. Where are they trying to take you all? Brothers and sisters, be warned. This is a conspiracy. This is a wicked push to take people away from their deliverance, to be delivered, to overcome the world and its ways, not to be renewed, to overcome the world. Because Yahusha said, making all things new. This is a declaration by Yahusha in Revelation 21:5, emphasizing his power to bring about completion. Completion. There is a beginning and an end to this world. It's not a renewal. There's a beginning and an end. It's going to be destroyed. He's coming with fire, with judgment fire, to destroy this whole world, to destroy the elements, to destroy the planets, the universe, the stars, the galaxies. Everything's going to be destroyed, and he's going to bring a new heaven and a new earth into existence, something that he says we can't even imagine what it's going to be like. Making all things new. Something brand new and fresh. In Isaiah, it tells us, "Remember ye not the former things, neither consider the things of old. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it?" This is it. "I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert." The prophecy was there. So as I said, studying Revelation, we're coming into understanding more and more and seeing this conspiracy. We want to blow it open and let people know the damage that it's causing people's belief, because it's taking you away from your deliverance. It's taking you away from knowing that behavior is important. And that's what Yahusha is delivering us, to overcome the world and its ways, to get free of that control, and how wonderful it is when you get free of it. He wants his people to know him personally. In Revelation 21:5, and he who was seated on the throne said, "Behold, I am making all things new." Also, he said, "Write this down, for these words are trustworthy and true." You can believe it. It's trustworthy and true. So you've got to be very careful in the last days. There's deceiving spirits there. And this is a warning telling you this is a deceit. This is a deceiving spirit that's come into the believers, into the bride, where Hebrew roots, Messianic, Nazarene, all these new translations that have come in are sweeping the world and taking Christianity, taking young people into the wrong doctrines, that they won't get delivered. They will not find deliverance. They will not get set free. Be warned, brothers and sisters. Take this on and share it when you understand what's going on. It's a much deeper, more insidious, more wickedness. What is being taught today in amongst the believers. We need to know so we can be true to Yahusha and go with him when he comes. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.